The great thing about computers is that they will do whatever we tell them to do, and they'll do it very, very quickly. But at the end of the day, computers are just machines, and they can't really think for themselves. Just yet, anyway. So sometimes we think that we've told the computer to do one thing, but in fact we may have told them to do something totally different, and one particular time when this can happen is when we're doing calculations. So in light of that, in this lecture we're going to go over some common mistakes when doing maths in Python and on computers in general, and we're also going to go over how to prevent them from happening. And by the end of this lecture, you'll know how to order your mathematical operations in Python to prevent things from going wrong. So let's boot up idle and get started. Okay, so here we are in idle, and let's say we want Python to work out the answer to 2 times 5 minus 1. Okay, so 5 minus 1 is 4, so 2 times 4 should give us 8, right? So when I press enter, oh, we get 9. But why does that happen? Now, the reason we got that issue in the previous example, where Python gave us an unexpected result, is because mathematical operations don't always follow what makes sense in our head, but they actually follow what's called the BODMAS ordering system. Now, the BODMAS ordering system is just 6 letters that represent different mathematical operations, and whatever is at the top, basically close to the letter B, gets ordered first or gets more priority, and what is towards the bottom, by that I mean closer to the letter S, gets lower priority. So what's the letter B? Well, the letter B stands for brackets, or you may have heard of them called as parentheses. So whatever you put inside brackets is going to be executed first, because B is at the start of BODMAS. After that, we have order, which refers to squaring numbers, cubing numbers, or raising any number to the power of something else. Okay, so cube roots, square roots, all that stuff. That goes second. Then we have division, which is, where you divide 2 numbers. Then we have multiplication, where you multiply 2 numbers. And no points for guessing. A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. So the main takeaway from this is that brackets can be used to force operations to occur in a specific order. So with that in mind, let's have another look at the example we just did now to see if we can get the answer that we wanted. So here we are back in our shell, and let's have another look at our equation or our calculation to see what might have gone wrong. We wanted this calculation to give us the number 8 because we thought 2 times 5 minus 1 should give us 8 because 5 minus 1 is 4 and 2 times 4 is 8, right? But that didn't happen. It gave us 9. And the reason why is because Python follows the BODMAS system. And in BODMAS, multiplication happens before subtraction. So what actually happened is Python did this multiplication first. It did 2 times 5 and got 10. Then it subtracted 1. 10 minus 1 is 9, which is the answer that we got. So we want to get 8. And the way that to do this, we need to force 5 minus 1 to be calculated first. So to do that, we can do 2 times and open up a bracket and put 5 minus 1 inside the bracket. Okay, so now because brackets are at the start of BODMAS, 5 minus 1 is going to be forced to be calculated first to get 4, then 2 times 4 should give us 8. So there we are. We've got the same numbers on the screen, but just by using BODMAS to our advantage, we've actually got a completely different answer. And this is something to bear in mind because, if we'd just gone ahead and wrote this line of code and didn't think about it again, we might think that it's working correctly, but it's actually not. It gave us a different answer to what we wanted. So by using BODMAS and knowing about it, we can actually control the answers that we get and make sure that the maths that we do in our code is free from errors. The concept that mathematical operations have different orders as dictated by the BODMAS system is a really useful thing to keep in mind whenever you work with numbers in computer programming, because it'll stop your code from doing something unexpected and it'll stop really rather hard to spot errors actually cropping up. So when in doubt, use brackets. I mean, they're free after all. In the next lecture, we're going to build our first mini project, and in this project, we're going to imagine a player that has just walked over a special health potion in our game that gives them a random amount of health. We're going to make a random number generator that can be used to randomly generate some health for your player, and then update their health depending on the difficulty system. So it's going to be super awesome. So I'm not going to waste any time here, and I'll see you in the next video.